Hi.
Look pretty. Look at you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Was it vacation last week or this week?
It's right now.
Oh, it's not. That's why you look all vacation ready. I see
Yeah.
you.
I was at the pool, but the mosquitoes were killing me.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's all right. Let me go back upstairs. I
Okay.
figure I'll wait till later to go back out. It's too hot right now.
Yeah, it has been warm. It's like you have to get out there like six between 6:30 and 7:30. It's like a real short
Time frame, that's it.
8 o'clock is too late, which is wild. It's like 80 degrees. When I'm walking at 6:30, 6:40, it is already 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's disgusting outside.
Yeah, like it's wild. It's wild. And I'm used to it. Like I was born and raised here with this humidity, but it's like
This is different.
it's definitely different. Definitely. How are you enjoying your vacation so far?
It's good. It kind of just started, I guess,
Yes.
last night because I had my son up till like 7 p.m. because I wanted to
Okay.
get him in the pool and the kids eat free here. So I'm like, let me feed him
Oh, that's good.
before I send him to his dad.
Yeah.
And then he comes back tomorrow evening. So I'll probably just take him to the beach Saturday before we head home.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I'm so glad you got the book because I was
Oh,
just
yes.
like, and I also sent you a copy of me and Dr. Patty's book too that we just
Yeah, I
released this
saw.
year.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm so glad you got it. Let me share my screen. See. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, but I might save them to the end in case
Okay.
we discuss them. Because
Okay.
I'm almost done with your book.
Oh,
Um,
oh, girl, you are on it. I love it. I
no,
love you.
I read really fast.
Yeah.
So, and I wrote my notes, so we might go through
I
it.
okay, awesome, awesome. I love that. Let's see. Let me put this. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Prevent you, prevent. Okay, got it. Alrighty. Today we are going to talk about budget and saving with purpose. And I know you already have a budget style that you use. And so we're just going to kind of go over that, but also how we can up level that and create a system and a plan to help you achieve your goals. So I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about the call last week, the mindset call and your money story from
Um,
last week?
it was very helpful. I was actually discussing it with my best friend. We have
Oh,
our little check-ins weekly. And she was like, yes, that she's been listening to a lot of audibles about the same information,
mm,
whether it's finances or anything in your life, just change your mindset. So now we have this running joke that we do have $1 million in the bank, but we just forgot which bank account. And we
I
have to
love it.
figure
We have to
out
figure
which
out what a
one.
bank account, right?
And I can't remember.
I know, I love that. I'm gonna have to use that. Like, I gotta remember that login and password. And then I have access, right?
So that's our little thing.
Uh, do
Um,
you listen to podcasts now?
Yeah, I listen to some. I've just got into Audibles as well because I realize again, I like reading books, but it takes me forever to finish a book because
Yeah.
I don't have the time to actually sit down. So while I'm working, I'm trying or walking, I either try to listen to an Audible or a podcast.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like I walk for like 45 minutes, and that is
Mhm.
the time I designate to listen to an audiobook or one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah,
Also, if I have to take a trip somewhere, I'm typically not a fan of driving, but what I do is I'm like, oh, let me create a playlist of my favorite podcasts.
Mhm.
And so while I'm driving, I can listen to those, and it definitely helps get the ride, make it, that much more
Yeah,
enjoyable and knock it out. And I'm learning at the same time because you have this block of time. It's like, oh, what can I do with it other than just driving?
correct. Yeah, because she does real estate. Well, she just
Oh,
started real
nice.
estate. Um,
She's an
so
agent. Right.
she just got her license in October. Um, but she lives in New York, so she's like, I'm driving everywhere for showing, so I'm just starting to listen to everything.
Yes, yes. It's all about how do we maximize the time that we have without having to find more time in our busy schedules, especially
Yes.
as mothers, wives, entrepreneurs. We already have hectic schedules, but it's like, how can we, create time blocks within our schedules to be able to maximize that? I started 75 Soft about 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if you ever heard of 75 Soft or 75 Hard.
No.
It's this fitness mindset habit type of challenge that includes working out, your daily habits, your
Mhm.
nutrition.
Mhm.
But one of the things in the challenge is to read 10 pages a day. And
Okay.
I was like, I like that because I can check that off. Now, obviously, if I read more, I read more, but at
Yeah.
least it gives me something to be able to mark up and to create that habit. So I really like that challenge for that reason.
Yeah, I've been
Um,
listening to Atomic Habits.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I love
so it's
that
like
one.
first I started with like my facial routine. I'm like, all right, that's like on autopilot now. So I'm like, all right,
Yes.
next little habit is like applying sunscreen every day or something small.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
next.
Yeah, it's those small habits that we create that create those big results that we're looking for. I always say,
Hmm.
well, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite
Yeah.
at a time. So, and last week we also talked about, affirmations. Were you able to practice that, to implement that
Yes.
into your schedule with daily affirmation? Did
Yeah, I would
anything
say
come up
random.
with that? Yeah.
Um, just more of if there was any issues at work with a client, not to really focus on that we might be losing income, but more that we're already getting new clients, they're coming in, we've already met our goals, things like that. That helps me with my income and it's already coming in. We have it.
Awesome, awesome. Have you ever heard of the freedom number?
I read it in the book.
Yeah, and so I know a part of the affirmation mindset that we talked about last week that you were talking about was, having enough income for your lifestyle where you don't have to worry about money and, everything is good. And so that freedom number is basically just, and the freedom number more or less align with passive income, but needed to cover your essential expenses and that desired lifestyle without relying on a paycheck. And it's that threshold to achieve that financial independence, and you can choose how to spend your time and your resources, essentially buying back your time. But I wanted to ask you, just kind of align with what you were talking about last week about income. What is that monthly income number that you would like to be coming into the bank and you're like, okay, I'm good. And this could be active or passive, but what is that magic number for you?
I guess my question was, is that number after I pay off my credit cards?
That is just the number. Like it's
Okay.
independent of what you do with it, that is your freedom number. Because, when we get to debt elimination,
Hmm.
that is going to be income that is going to be coming in. It's going to no longer be an expense for you
Correct.
once that
Okay.
is paid off. So
Um,
eventually that won't even be a factor. But what is
yeah,
that number for you? And it's like, okay, I am happy with having this amount. And I feel good about, money, my expenses being taken care of.
it would say between 7 and 8,000.
Okay, awesome. 7 to 8 thousand dollars. And that's something I would like you to, again, with the affirmation, with the mindset, something
Yeah.
in your mind, because I'm all about, as an analytical person, as a clinical laboratory scientist, it's always about, okay, the scientific method. What is the challenge? How do I solve the problem? But also to reverse engineering, like, okay, this is the outcome that I want. How can I work backwards
Yeah.
to get there? And so with that, let's say $8,000, right? With that $8,000 in terms of how you are generating income now. And like I said, this can be active or passive. Ultimately, we get to a point where we just want this money coming in
Yes.
passively. But right now, even how you generate income now is okay, thinking about a system of how much money you bring in per client or how many clients you would need to
Hmm.
generate that $8,000 a month.
Yes.
And so again, that's you reverse engineering that. And I want you to start thinking about that in terms of, okay, for example, if it's like, okay, I need 10 clients a month to get this 8,000. I'm not sure how your revenue is generated for your business. So I'm just
Mhm.
using this as
That's
an
fine.
example. Yeah, I'm just using this as an example. But however your revenue is generated, thinking about, okay, what's that number that will get me the 8,000 after tax income? And then it's like, okay, if I needed 10 clients, bringing that in a month, because I don't know if your clients is like a one-time thing or if they're paying you monthly, however that comes in. But it's like, okay, 10 clients paying me this amount to get me $8,000 a month. And then you have to ask yourself, well, if I don't have those 10 clients, how do I get those 10 clients? And now we're to the point where we're thinking about what's our lead generation? What's our marketing strategies and tactics that we are using to get these clients? And how can we bump that up to
Hmm.
get the 10 clients that we need? So this is something I want you to start thinking about on a regular basis. Like, okay, I need to get to that $8,000
Yeah.
a month because that's the freedom number. And eventually we're going to get to the point where it's like, all right, it's going to be coming in without me having to work for it.
Yes.
But and they're also to having multiple streams of income because your business is one stream.
Yes.
Are there other streams that you can implement into your life without without having to overextend yourself in what you already in? Is there a space that you can create another stream of income to help you get to that goal? Because obviously, if you have those 10 clients a month making $8,000 a month, well, what happens if this goes away or you
Yeah.
can't work your business? So having those multiple streams of income to feed into that $8,000 a month is also going to help you in terms of achieving that freedom number and achieving it over a consistent amount of time. But 8,000 is the magic number a month that we are going to constantly remind ourselves
Yes.
about. And so obviously this is just a review in terms of okay, what is budgeting? And budgeting is essentially the process of creating a plan to spend or use your money. I think of budgeting as a financial roadmap. And I talked
Hmm.
about this before. The budget is essentially you seeing where you are, where you want to be, and the actions and the plans that you do to make that happen. So budgeting is not just creating the plan, it's also tracking the plan. It's also evaluating the plan on a consistent basis to see where you are and making the adjustments as you go. A budget doesn't have to be restrictive. It doesn't have to be this thing where it's like, oh my God, I have to budget. It's really, again, a mindset and thinking about, man, this budget is going to help me get to this $8,000 a month because I'm going to be very clear on where I am, what I need to do, how I make the adjustments, and I can see that very clearly. So that's why the budget is important because everything in the budget is going to help you get to that, whether it's increasing your income, how can you decrease your expenses? Because that $8,000 is not just about how much you're bringing in, right? It's about how much are you keeping,
Yes.
right? So that's the expense part. So increasing income, decreasing expenses, because that's the simplest way to create residual income in your
Hmm.
life, right? And thinking about how you can do that. And then looking at, okay, what's my debt? Because debt is obviously robbing you of money that you can pay for yourself, money that you can set aside to get you to that 8,000. And so having a debt plan, but obviously that's built into the budget too. And also a savings plan. That's built into the budget. So and again, when I told you before, it's not even just personal finance, it's also the business finance too. These are habits and strategies and skill sets that you can use on both sides of the
Yes.
both sides of the equation. And so just thinking about your current budgeting system that you have in budget style. I know you told me you use the whiteboard to write down your income and your expenses and where you're going to pay your bills. And we also talked about, okay, what can we do to add to the system and plan that you have? And one thing I would recommend and encourage you to do for the next 90 days is I would, in addition to the whiteboard,
Mhm.
I would like you to use a journal. I know you said you'd rather write it down versus using the app, but I can also show you every dollar as well. But
Yeah, so
um,
I
okay.
did work on the Every Dollar app last night.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, how do you like it?
it's good. I just not sure if I am using it correctly as far as the snowball method
Want to manage your business all in one place?
Well,
for the trend.
the snowball method is a debt method. So that's only
Yeah,
a portion of your budget. So the
correct.
every dollar is how you do your budget, right?
Okay. Hmm.
The debt is only a portion of that. And that is something that we are going to get to
Okay.
because how you pay your debt is essentially what money do you have left over, which is
Correct.
residual, after your expenses are taken care of. And so once we get a clear picture of what you have, then we can create a debt elimination plan and start implementing the snowball method. So right now, it's just a matter of listing all your, so have you created the budget for August inside of every dollar?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. We'll look at that at the end of this so we can
Okay.
kind of review that. And like I said, one thing I do love about it is the tracking part of it, right?
Hmm.
The tracking part because you can track as you go. It just makes it a more efficient way to do that because there's this thing that says what we measure, we manage. And that's the most important thing I want us to do in the next 90 days is really see where the money is going and seeing where opportunity lies for us to increase income or decrease expenses to be able to help in terms of, okay, eliminating debt and also helping you achieve your um, savings goal. So we'll definitely look at that um, towards the end of this.
Okay.
Um, when like just your system that you're using now up until this point, where do you feel, or if that's the thing that you feel money is slipping away or is just kind of unclear?
I think after going through the bank statement for July, it was more of slipping away. Um,
Okay.
like if I sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'll just order DoorDash. Mainly it's more of my DoorDash stuff.
Okay. Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
don't
Gotcha.
really, I honestly really don't spend a lot of money out. Um, if I do, it's something that we weren't expecting, like a medical expense or something for the dog if she got sick, but
Okay.
not really like shopping or eating out too much or going to, I don't really do that. Maybe once in a blue, I'll go like to Dunkin' or order DoorDash
Mhm.
because I'm like, I'm too tired to cook. But that's about it. I really don't spend a lot.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that, is definitely within the realm of managing and being able to say, hey, obviously, like you said, this is something that you do because it saves you time when you don't have time to cook, and just allotting for that in the budget and
Yeah.
sticking to it, right? And so that's something that
Mhm.
you can put in there, just and that would go under, even though it's DoorDash, that still would go under like eating out, right? Because it's
Correct.
not cooking. So we can allocate funds for that and see where it can fall, whether it increase or decrease. But yeah, we'll definitely
Uh,
take a look at that.
the other thing is my tolls.
Oh,
That comes out of my Apple card. So I really don't know. Like, I mean, if I look at it monthly, but it's hard for me to figure out a budget for it because I'm not sure where I'm going every month. Like, if I drive to my mom's, I'm going to be spending money. But if I'm not driving to her for the month, then I'm not spending
how
much
much how much did you spend last month on it?
on tolls.
Hmm.
Uh, let me see. Give me 1 second. And then I also put all my tolls to the business. So, how do I pull this up? Why is it not showing me transactions? Oh, here we go, view details. Mm, Last month, sorry, I'm looking.
Oh, no, you're fine.
We did 10, 30, 50, 60, 70.
70. Okay. And can you go back one more month? Can you look at May and see what you spent?
So that was for,
That was July.
yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
look
What
at,
about June?
okay. Um, June. June is 20, 40, 50, 90. June was 100.
Okay. Okay. Because what we'll do for August, we'll just create an average of
Okay.
that, which
Okay.
is, and that way we can monitor and track it. And then moving forward, it would just be an average,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
And then obviously, like say some months you'll spend a little more, but you'll spend a little less, but at least you have some funds allocated for it.
Okay.
And then the other thing you said you use your Apple card to pay for that. Now, is this money's coming from your personal income or your business income? Because that Apple is a personal card, right?
Apple's in a personal card. Yes.
Okay, okay. Um, and definitely, I'm not sure if you have a system of separating your personal and your business financing.
Yes, we
Um,
do that, but that's the only thing that stays under personal. It's
under
just the total.
personal.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the
So we'll
gas
keep
comes
that
out,
up.
the
Okay.
business and everything else.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that because it's coming from your personal account. We'll budget for it from the
Yeah.
personal account and go from there. And the same thing too with DoorDash. What did you spend for July and June, just on average?
I don't know.
Oh,
Let me see. I'm looking at the app. Uh, um,
and again, that can just fall under, for categories. I think every dollar has a category for restaurants, um, or dining out. But I'm
32.
just
So for 14, 7, 9. For July, I spent $60, averaging up. It's 59.74.
okay.
Uh, oh no, wait, I spent more. Um,
Yeah, because they do charge all those fees on top of the food.
I know. It was just because June was so crazy. Wait. I spent 118 for July.
Okay, 118. Okay.
Yes. And then oops, for June, and sometimes it's not just food, it's like if the stores are closed and I need emergency medicine for my son, only DoorDash will deliver at like 11 o'clock at night.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot to order diapers and I have to do a DoorDash. 20, maybe. And then for June, I did 142.
142. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now, there's different types of budgeting methods, and every dollar uses the zero-based budget. And
Yeah.
this is a framework that assigns a job to every single dollar that you take home. I'm
Mhm.
not sure if that was the strategy you were using before, but
Not as far as the whiteboard. I think it was more of just writing down the essential bills and not like the subscriptions and the
oh,
DoorDash.
kind of doing
Oh,
everything. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Definitely
So
want to track
I
every
like
dollar.
every dollar for that tracking purposes.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so that's what the methodology that it used. And it's a budgeting style that gives you greater insight into your finances, because you can save more money. It can provide you with the flexibility to customize your budget each month, make the adjustments that you need to make. But also, like Dave Ramsey always says, like telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went, to look for opportunities to be able to maximize every single dollar. The other budgeting style or type, and just something I want to introduce to you, is the 50/30/20 budget. And this is a little bit more flexible for some people because it's not necessarily specific numbers, but it is accounting for all your income that's coming in. And it's basically saying, okay, this is what my after-tax income is. I'm just going to allocate 50% to my needs, 30% to my wants, like restaurants, eating out, shopping. 20% then goes and is allocated towards savings and debt. And so that's how that is broken down. And it's intended to help individuals and families manage their money, balance paying off certain things, saving for emergencies and retirement. Um, and again, people that are maybe have inconsistencies in their income, this is a good way to be like, all right, based on what I have coming in, this is where I'm going to allocate the money. And so my question for you is like, what budget method or style? I know you're using the Every Dollar app, and we can continue with that, but we can also, after August, see how you feel about it, or maybe after a couple of months of doing the zero budget approach, we can, look at the 50/30/20 rule if that's something that you think is more aligned with your lifestyle, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right now, I think the zero base is my best option.
Okay.
Just because I want to pay off this debt as quickly as possible,
Yes.
and save.
Yeah.
And I think once I've reached the goal of at least paying majority of the debt off, then I would probably switch to the 50/30/20.
Okay. Awesome. And so, and I want you to think about what's one financial goal that you would like to achieve this month.
Um, Staying within budget
Okay.
and staying up to date with the tracking.
Awesome. Budget and tracking. Okay, awesome. Yeah, because like I was telling you, the Every Dollar, there's an app, but there's also a desktop version and I was going to ask you too, like when you do the budget, are you responsible for the family budget, or do you and your husband do your budget separate and then have money that you just put aside for the family, like the things that, you guys mutually pay for, or do you responsible for all of it in terms of
Um,
managing it? Not
as
the
far
money part, but the managing.
as managing, for the whiteboard, we track joint expenses, but more of the fixed expenses. So I don't know how much he spends in gas and stuff, or food. Um, but as far as like the every dollar, I'm just putting my income and my
Okay.
debts. There is so we had a discussion after last week, and we are going to be working on paying off the credit cards together.
Okay.
'Cause I said, honey, if I pass away, these debts are yours still. So, um, aside from my budget, he has agreed to give me an additional 400 towards credit cards because one credit card he does use. The other three I use. So he's like, the faster we get these done together, the faster we can move on to our goals of real estate.
I love that. I love that for you guys. And so what we'll do with that is we will on your every dollar, we'll add that 400 as income.
Okay. Okay. I didn't do that because I was like, I don't know if like 1 month it will be different. But I'll add it in.
Okay. Yeah, if he's gonna give you and whatever he's going to give you for the month, add
Is
that as income.
okay.
So if he say, okay, August, I'm gonna give you 400, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna put that 400 on the income because your income is then going to be used to put towards all your expenses, including debt
Okay.
and
Yes.
savings, right? Because
Okay.
even though savings is you paying yourself, it's still an expense. It's going out, even though it's to yourself, right?
Okay.
So depending on what he gives you for that month, that's how you're going to allocate that once we get to the debt elimination plan. This
Okay.
month is to specifically see where you are and
Yes.
see what you have left over, and then we can create a plan for knocking out the debt. Because right
Okay.
now, when you do your budget, I want you to budget for the minimum payment for all your debts.
That's
So
fine.
whatever the minimum payment is, that's what I want you to put down as the expense for now.
Okay. There was for the Apple credit card, I did want to for this month because I have the money, I did want to put an extra 600 um
Okay.
on
Well, what
top
we
of
can
the
do is,
four just for this month.
yeah, well, what we can do is look at it and see where we are and see if that's the best use
Okay.
or the best direction in terms of paying that
Okay.
off
That's
versus
fine.
other debts that you have, because
Okay.
also too, because when we look at your budget,
Hmm.
we're going to look and see about how much money you have left over and then see, okay, best use for that.
Okay, that's fine.
Hmm. All right. So staying on budget and tracking. All right. So the budget categories, which I'm sure you already know this, and I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna let you bring up your every dollar. But it's what is your income, identifying tracking expenses, debt payments, saving goals, and lifestyle spending. So I'm
Mhm.
going to stop share here. Where's my,
Let me
oh,
see. Oh,
no.
let me pull it up.
Um, stop share. Okay. All right. So I'm going to first find you. These screens just, where are you? I got a little technology. Okay, there you go. I couldn't find you. Okay, let me see that. Let me give you permission to share.
Okay.
And smells amazing. So that feels right at home.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Share. I'm doing this from my phone, so let's see.
Oh,
I think I can do it.
yeah, you should be able to. Yeah.
Just don't know which option it was. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. Hold on, let me get the picture so
I need to add the 400 for this month.
Okay.
Uh, what should I name it?
Let's name it credit card debt or credit card payoff.
From the minute I made the call to Matthew
Can you move the screen? Because it's in front of, yeah.
no person, not a number.
Okay.
National debt.
All right. Okay. So we have 48.45 for the income. And this is after tax, right?
Yeah, right. For this,
Take home.
yes, this is after tax because that's how we budget the business after tax. Mhm.
Okay, awesome. All right. Now let's go down to the expenses. Now, do you have an emergency fund currently?
We are, we have 750 in it right now that we're trying to build up. Uh,
$750?
yeah, we do
Okay.
250 each. But I guess my next question was, should we lower our savings to at least 100, 150 and allocate that money to paying off debt?
Yes. What I was going to say is, um,
What is that
let's
money?
get your emergency fund to 1,000.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And once you get it to 1,000, then that's it. We're going to start taking whatever that extra money is. We're going to start putting that towards the debt.
Okay, so then we're actually, this would be the last month. Well, not even, because we had to use 250 for his sister's baby shower, which we get back in September. So we have $1,000 then.
You took that out of your savings?
Yeah, we had to.
Okay.
Only because I knew we were getting it back.
Oh, she's
It's
borrowing.
like, yeah, it's like one of those deposits for a haul.
Oh, okay. I
So
got
we're
you.
like,
I
okay,
got
yeah,
you.
instead of taking it out of our checking, we're like, well, we know we're gonna get this back, so let's just put it there.
Okay. Okay. And so for August, we'll keep that there. And then
Okay.
after that, for the what's that
For the
month?
next month.
September.
Yeah.
September, we'll just zero that out.
Okay, perfect. And
All
then
right.
I did want to let you know that I completely forgot I had another savings account for myself. So I guess that's a rainy day savings. It's $1,163.
Okay. But you're not actively contributing to it, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah. That's definitely good to have for yourself. And that's right at the 11, that's right at the $1,000. So that's perfect. That's
Okay.
perfect. Yep. All right. So let's go down to mortgage rent. Okay. We got mortgage, water.
Oh wait, I forgot one more. It's the second. All right.
Oh yeah, the second mortgage, yeah. The
Uh,
payment for that.
five. I have it. Sorry, I have it in my pictures. Mm, six, seven, three. Okay, you see, I didn't add that in.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Now we are short 177, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, let's keep going. So for the housing, we got rent, light, utility, internet, cable or anything?
No, we only use like apps like Peacock and stuff.
Okay, and do you have subscriptions on here or is it somewhere else?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
right here.
okay, okay, we'll go back to that. All right, so gas, you're spending $50 a month for gas? That's good.
I put an average because if I go to an event, I use the business to put gas in. So I really
Okay,
don't drive anywhere, only to take my son to school, really. So I figured I think I do 50. I don't really think I use more than that, to be honest.
okay. And then we'll track it too, because as
Yeah.
you're going, you'll be able to see actually like what that is, because this is the planned version of it.
Yeah.
Okay, now tolls we're gonna use because it's the 70 and the 100. Let's do the average of that, those two. And then again, that'll also be something that you'll be tracking, and then you'll have a good idea of roughly. And obviously that'll be something that is one of those variable ones.
Okay.
But 70 plus 100 divided by 2 is 85. So let's put it at 80. Alrighty, let's keep going. Groceries, okay.
So groceries, we usually average 400 each. Um, this month, I'll show you on this. So in June, we spent $600 in groceries, and July, we've only spent 296. So we're still
Okay.
gonna budget for the 400 to be safe.
Okay. Yeah, and then we'll see. We'll get to a point with the tracking that we'll be able to see, okay, what the averages are. And we'll start, because they'll get to a point where you'll start using the average number as
Okay.
the amount, and just making the adjustments. And obviously, like this is planned. It could be more, it could be less.
Correct.
As you're tracking, you'll be able to see that, but at least you can plan for it. All right. So we got phone, on money, subscription. Now, subscriptions, is this
That's everything.
I would separate that out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me
Yeah,
see.
so yeah.
Um, I wrote it somewhere. Oh, I wrote it in my notes. Okay, I have it in my notes.
Okay, so definitely like whatever each one is, just
Mhm.
separate that out here. So instead of subscription, it's like, okay, Netflix, Peacock, whatever that is. Because we may see
Okay.
opportunities where it'd be like, okay, you may want to pause on subscriptions on certain ones maybe to see what we can
Let me,
find.
because I did think about that today, but um, this 1991 one is that's a annual one, so I didn't count that in.
Okay,
Everything else is monthly, um, which I pretty much use monthly.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
because
definitely break them down
yeah.
like that in the app.
Okay.
Because when you're tracking, it could be like, okay, you paid this one, this one, this one, that type of thing.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Pet care, child care.
Pet care, I need to actually call the vet because she's due for a vaccine, so I need to call and get the price.
And how often is that when you're
It's
dealing with?
not monthly. I would say if I have to do something for her monthly, it's maybe her nails. That's $25.
Okay, so um the vaccines and the care, is that more like a quarterly thing, every 6 months or once a year?
I would say minimum quarterly.
Quarterly. And what do you think that amount is? Or that's the amount you have to get from the vet.
That's what I have to get from the vet because, like, right now she only needs one. But I know in February she gets usually her annual ones, which is a pretty good bill.
Okay. And the good thing about that is, again, when you know it's coming, you can budget
Yeah,
for it, right?
yeah.
And so
Mhm.
this one you will put in the
Just a
$25
25.
and whatever she gives you for the
Hmm.
the vaccine, put that
Yes.
here too.
Okay.
Okay. Childcare, do you have to pay for childcare? Your son is,
No, I don't
yeah,
have
okay.
to.
Okay. We got health insurance, auto insurance. How many vehicles is it? Do you have a
That's
car note?
just no.
Okay, good. Okay.
That's just for myself and my health insurance with my son. Um, I've already spoken with his dad. He's going for 2020. What year are we in? 25. For 26, he's going to take him on his health insurance, so that'll drop down for next year.
That will drop down. Okay, awesome. And what type of auto insurance do you have?
I have Allstate,
Allstate.
so it's
And
bundled with the house insurance.
okay. And is that full coverage? Liability type insurance do you have?
Yeah, it's full coverage.
What year car do you have?
2014.
And is there any specific reason you have full coverage on a 2014?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, full coverage would just be the liability portion, which is still the minimum for Florida is the 1020. And then I got coverage as well because a lot of people here don't have insurance.
What was the coverage name?
It's called uninsured motorist.
Oh, uninsured motorist. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your not premium, but what's the word I'm looking for? Deductible.
Um, it's either 500 or 1,000. I really don't choose the high ones.
Okay. I would definitely take a look at that. How
Okay.
long have you been with them?
I just started in, let's see, I just renewed, so 6 months.
6 months. Okay. Because sometimes with car insurance, I definitely encourage my clients to shop around, but I know it's bundled, so you get savings
Yeah.
across there. But also looking at where you can possibly cut back in terms of like, okay, having full coverage versus liability with uninsured motors, what's that difference and that cost?
Yeah.
And if it's uh, a higher deductible, because at some point you can be where it's like, okay, having the money saved,
Yes.
right? So having if it's 500, if it's 1,000, so if something does happen, you have the deductible amount,
Okay.
right?
I'll check it
But
out.
just seeing like where you can save money and you don't have to change anything, but at least you can see where you could possibly save. So I would definitely give them a call and say, hey, what do you have for this versus that?
Okay.
Okay. Advent Health. Is that
That is,
insurance?
no, that is the hospital bill for my son for this year.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Apple, is that a card?
Yeah, so the rest are cards.
Okay,
Apple,
and that's
Citi, Capital One, and Chase.
okay, and all these are minimum payments.
Except for Apple, I put in an extra. So this one is 36. 25 to 55. The Capital one is the one that my husband uses. So he makes a payment of 150 and then I just put the 25 because it's 174.
Okay, and this is your portion that you put towards
Yes.
it.
Hmm.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. All right, so is that everything coming out a
Yes.
month? Okay, awesome. Now, what is okay? Where are we at with the every dollar? Because we want to
I'm
get this to zero.
over 221.04.
Okay, 200, how much?
221 and 4 cents.
221. Okay, now that would take out the savings because I'm just trying to see where we can get this to zero, right? To see where you can. So that would take, let's say the savings would go down to what? To 25?
If I take it out, it gives me $28 extra for the month. 28.96.
Okay, we can put that towards the saving. I mean, towards the emergency fund.
28.96.
Because we want to get this to zero.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you said that you were getting an extra $600 from somewhere.
Yes. So I have an extra $600 that I have on the side. Um,
What I
that I,
would do with that right now
mhm.
is put that in your savings,
In the savings. Okay.
just for now, because yeah, put
So
that.
in
Well, this is the thing because we said we were gonna we were gonna put the savings to 1,000. So that is what, 250?
yeah, and we're technically already there. If once we get that money back.
Oh, so you already there with the savings.
Yeah, because we're at 750 now. Once we get that check back, we're at $1,000.
Okay, cool. Then we can put the emergency fund to zero.
Okay.
And the 600. So we're right at, you have like a surplus left over. Okay.
Yeah, twenty-eight
Okay.
ninety six.
Okay. For now, just keep it to the side.
Okay.
We're going to keep the 600 to the side because in 2 weeks, we're going to do a debt elimination plan.
Okay.
And we're going to look at and see, like, write down all your debts, look at the best use of how we can start tackling and getting rid of this debt using the debt snowball method. So right
Hmm.
now we have every dollar is accounted for, which is
Hmm.
great. And then once the months start, you're going to start tracking, and you figured out how to track on this, right? You just go in and add.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where should I put that 28.96?
Uh, let's see.
Let me
Let's
see.
go to one of the variable ones. Let's find a variable. You can put it towards groceries or yeah, you can put it towards fun money. Like,
Yeah, let's add
um, yeah, there you go. Pay yourself, girl.
it. These kids. Oh,
Oh, it'll be what? Yeah,
78, 90s.
there you go. There you go. Pay yourself.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, it might have to go to pet care, but for now we'll put it there.
Oh, you know what? We don't have the pet care. What do you think the vaccine's gonna be, roughly?
I don't know.
Yeah, that made that. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely have to. Once you get that,
I'll switch
but
it.
you'll switch it, and it's going to cut into your 600, which is fine. So
Okay.
whatever the pet care is,
Hmm.
say for instance, it's 100 total.
Okay.
Under income, just put 100, and we just know that came from the 600, and so that would take the 600 down to 500. But put it
Okay.
under income as 100, and just put extra funds,
Okay.
and that way it will zero it out, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay, okay, how do you feel about that?
A lot
Seeing
better.
that, yeah,
A lot.
seeing that, and like you said, because before with the white, and you can still use the whiteboard as a visual,
Yeah,
but you
just so I
also have
remember to pay my bill.
exactly. And I would say, like, if you don't have your bills on auto pay, I would highly recommend that.
Okay.
Having your bills on auto pay so you know that if not, is if like I said, at least minimum payment. So you
Yeah.
know they are taken care of. You don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to worry about accidental late payment either.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for the ones that you feel comfortable doing that on. So let's go back to share.
Tools and line experts.
Mhm.
Hey, is digging them in all my favorite
I guess I closed it out. Didn't mean to do that.
and then these two
Consent, present a review.
like all about the buzz. Real gas straight to the top of my own. Huge gelato, bacon, shrimp, poutine is here for your love of heat. Here for great topics. And here
All
for
right, so we've created a budget. And so this is and this is a part of the tracking and evaluating where we can see just where leaks are happening and where and fixed leaks is just where the money is going and what can we temporarily either pause or put to the side, just depending on the goal that we have. Like obviously, you're going to have your debt goal, eliminating the debt, and then the savings goal, and seeing again where there can be opportunities on either to increase income or decrease expenses. And so that's where that comes in, because then that money can go towards your debt, and that's why they temporarily pausing things or stopping things or not, right? Because
Yeah.
all of this is really a time-based thing. Obviously, the sooner you get rid of your debt, the better. But if the timeline that we come up with when we looking at your debt elimination plan based on how much money you have left over a month, because once you have utilized that extra $500, we have to start asking ourselves, where is this extra money going to come from, right?
Okay.
To be able to pay a little extra
Oh,
to pay down the debt.
hold on. I think I forgot. Hmm. So, wait, let me see something.
And what about school stuff for your son? I didn't see any because schools get ready to start. Do you have to spend any money for
Yeah,
uniforms or
I
supplies and
have
stuff like that?
I have an extra 200 on the side for that.
Okay, gotcha.
I have a question, I guess. Um, so I added the 400 that my husband was giving me for credit card payoff, but I didn't put it towards credit card payoff. Did I? No, I did not. So what do I do with that?
So because we did add the 400, right? It just,
We added it to the income, but not to the card.
yeah, because we didn't have enough.
You want to look at my screen again?
Yeah,
Okay,
let me stop share mine.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
Mm,
And so again, what that is telling us is
under.
we need to look for opportunities
Yeah.
because if you took that 400 off, you would be in the
So,
negative.
so it's supposed to be here.
Well, let's take it if we took it off because if you put it there, you're going to be in the negative. Well, you can leave it, but even you don't have extra to put there if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so should I just take it off so you can see where I'm at?
Well, you don't have to take it off because we can see where you are with that 400 and it's
Okay.
not being able to go towards putting extra towards the card.
So I
And
don't want
so,
to, if he doesn't see it going towards the card, I don't want that to become an issue.
well, okay, we could take it. Well, where, okay, where can we, because if you take the 400 off here right now, right? Take that off. Where do we get the 400 to pay the bills? Where is the opportunity, where can we, either it would have to be either,
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This rent mortgage thing, I didn't even deduct his portion.
oh yeah, you're right. That's split.
Um, Give me one
Okay, good.
second.
Yeah,
1485.
that may definitely help us.
Plus
Is there any other expense on there that you may have forgotten to divide?
So I pay 11, 12, 68. So should I just put it under one under here?
Your portion of the mortgage is 1112.
Yeah, that's including the second mortgage.
What is it without including the second mortgage? Because we
Um,
already have the second mortgage portion down there.
so 577.38 divided by 2. So we pay 288.69 each for the second mortgage. So
Okay, so the
eight,
second mortgage is 288, and what's your portion of the first?
so he 288.69. So 661.31, 1485, 30. 823.99.
Okay, so let's put the 823.99 for the
And
first, and then the second is the 288. Okay, awesome.
I
All
was like, I
right, we
know I
found
have money left over every month.
right, like we found some money. Yes, yes. Is there any other expense that you didn't split that needs to be split? What about electricity, internet? Or that's
No, that's
good.
it. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. He gives me, no, that's included. Yeah. So that's all right. This is okay. Internet, water, and the water fluctuates. Um, Phone, I already deducted his. Fund money is me. That is it.
Okay, and the vaccine is going to be, we don't know what that is.
No, I'll call after this.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, now let's go back and put the 400 and then put that go down to the card that it goes to. What's the balance on that card, the Apple card?
The Apple Card balance is 2747.91.
2747.91. Is that the smallest debt that you have?
The smallest debt is the Advent Health. That is, I think, 1680, but it has no
That's not a credit card
interest.
though, is it?
Yeah, no, it has no interest, so I just leave it at 72.75.
Yeah, out of the credit cards, which one is your smallest? Which
The
one has the
Apple.
smallest? The Apple?
Yeah, I put them in order, so it's
Oh,
Apple,
good. Okay.
either Citi or Capital, they're about the same.
Okay.
And then Chase is the largest.
Okay, great. Okay, this is good. This is good. So we're at 586 and we don't know what the pet care. The pet care is not going to be
I would say
500, is it?
like 100.
For the pet care?
Yeah, so I'll put 125.
Okay, yeah, let's put 125 there. And for now, that extra amount, let's put that in savings in the sense of it's not going to be emergency funds. So let's just put savings. And that's kind of like the money to the side that we're going to start looking at.
Okay.
Um, yeah, the 486. Let's just put that as, yeah, savings. Uh-huh.
486 even. Yes.
Yeah. Because then we're going to have, so that's going to be about $1,000 you're going to have to put towards the debt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Great.
No.
Because what I'm thinking once we do the debt elimination, what I'm thinking is you can drop that on not the Apple, but the one that's second after that, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Apple is with the $400, that's going to be what? How many payments? That's
I'll tell you right now. 274. And then it's, I think I wrote the interest rate somewhere. Oh, I think I wrote it in the app. Divided
so
about
six.
7
Yeah.
payments.
Yeah. About six. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, if you, well, that
That's
is
with
that his debt? Is
that's
that
his portion. That's without me putting my portion.
the 2,700?
So the 2747 of Apple is my debt, but to help pay it down, he's giving me an extra 400. So I still have to pay something towards it.
But it's not, so the money he's giving you is not specifically for that card. It's just for all the credit card debt, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we may just go ahead and knock that out.
Yeah, because that's why I was like, I
Yeah.
have the extra 600 plus his
Yeah.
four. I
Yeah.
felt
We can
extra.
go ahead and yeah, we can go ahead and knock that out and then because his four is then can be rolled over to
Yeah.
the next card. Like once
Okay.
this is paid off, because I don't know
Correct.
why when I heard you say it, I thought it was specific for that card, but it's not. It's just specific for debt, period, for the
Yes.
credit
Yes.
card debt. Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. 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 Yeah. So I'm thinking that that is the move, but I wanted to first like create the debt elimination plan
That's
first.
fine. It's not due to the end of the
Um,
month.
yeah. And so it's like, okay, to the side, but we know we got, and you can maybe make a note somewhere that, okay, you got $1,000
Okay.
to put
That's it.
towards the Apple card. Yeah.
Okay. I'll put
Um,
it in my Capital One savings because I don't touch that
okay,
until we're
perfect.
ready to pay it.
Yeah, okay. And let me go back. Okay, great, great. This is good. Um, we kind of went through all that. Once we got the numbers right, it was like, wait, we need to find some more money.
I'm like, wait, I know I have money after I pay everything.
Okay, so this is good. And so the
Okay.
action plan and the homework is to plan your budget, which you've already done.
Hmm.
And obviously to start tracking your expenses. If there's any leaks, which we don't see any, but if there were any, kind of see where the leaks are, or if you see things that is creeping up beyond what what you plan, just making a
Hmm.
mental note of that for the next month. And you've already said what your financial goal was. I would highly encourage you to write that somewhere where you can see it. So it's visible,
Yes.
maybe on the whiteboard.
Hmm.
Budget, stick to the budget, track. And so I would love for you to send me a weekly update or a snapshot of your progress.
Okay.
And there's a couple of ways that you can track, and this is really up to you whether you want to do it as you go. If you want to save your receipts and say, you know what, at the end of the week, I'm gonna go in and put it in there, or I'm gonna look at my bank statements every week. But I definitely want you to come up with a system and a plan to say, okay, this is how I'm going to track it on a regular basis. And so it's totally up to you how you want to go about doing that.
Okay.
Um, but for me, I do mine as I go, but also maybe at the end of the week, you're like, okay, did I miss anything? Did something come out of somewhere else that I didn't use a card for? So I definitely would like for you to send me an update, however you decide to do that once it starts, because Friday is August 1st. So the first check-in would be that following Friday, which I think is August the 8th.
Okay.
So that would be the check-in. And okay, uh, before we plan our next call, I know you said you had some questions. Did we cover? Let me stop share. Did we cover? Stop sharing. Okay. Did we cover any of the questions that you had? I know you had some questions.
Yes. So I know you said to stop the savings. My one of the questions was, should I have separate savings account, like a rainy day, a general, and an emergency? But right now, stop. So we'll get to that later, I guess.
Yes.
Um, the
But
second
to
question
answer that question,
was,
oh, I was going to say to answer that
mhm,
question,
go ahead.
you definitely want to have an emergency fund, and this is solely for emergencies, right? Um, and we're going to
Yes.
get to a point. We're stopping at 1,000 only because of the debt.
Yeah,
You want to get to a
correct.
point where you want to have 3 to 6 months of
Hmm.
living expenses saved. So, say for instance, if we rounded that up to $5,000 for, because we know what your monthly expenses was, just looking at the income, about $5,000. And so, roughly about $15,000 at least in that savings. So, we're going to get to a point where you're going to beef that up. But
Okay.
also, if you want to, because some people have saving buckets for other things. Say, for instance, you want to have a saving bucket for Christmas. You want to have money set to the side
Yeah.
for the kids. But ideally, those type of things come from after you have a fully funded emergency fund. But they still
Mhm.
can be set aside if you know, okay, this year I want to have this amount to go towards this. But you obviously have to look at the budget and see, okay, well, where is this money going to come from to put toward it,
Okay.
right? But then that was going to pause something else, whether it's a debt, whether it's
Correct.
emergency fund. So just depending, but you can have a separate savings out because emergency fund is for emergency, but like vacation, Christmas, something specific coming up, you can
Yeah.
pause one to go towards the other. Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Sounds good. And then do you know, because I know like the mortgage will go up every year, um, based on like insurance
And
or
taxes.
taxes.
Mhm.
Um, is there any hack that I can do to make sure at least in escrow there's more money to make sure that the balance is kind of around the same monthly?
Well, I think that it would have to be in terms of like what is your goal for that? Like if you wanted to pay down the mortgage sooner than later, or you just wanted to stay the course with making sure that your mortgage is being taken care of.
Mhm.
Because I believe if you put extra towards your mortgage payment, you would have to call your mortgage company to see how that works because obviously they're responsible for making sure the mortgage tax insurance is paid. But if you pay
Correct.
extra, is there a way to say, oh, this is going towards this or this is going towards that? But obviously, that
Okay.
is still a conversation after debt is paid off, after you have savings, and then you can say, okay, I got some extra money put towards this because
Okay.
currently is but also too I don't know if you guys have homestead exemption
Yes, we
in
do.
Florida and you
Yes.
you you have exemption and
Hmm.
also too if you get your tax bill and you feel like they're charging you more taxes than you should be paying you can also appeal your taxes
Oh, okay.
because when they do the assessment every year they'll do a market assessment. I know every county every state is different.
Yeah.
So I would definitely look at the tax assessor's website to see how they calculate
Okay.
your taxes. And if, because they'll send you a letter, they always send you a letter for escrow
Yeah.
saying this is what it's going to be. I think you have 90 days to appeal it. So say for
Okay.
instance, when they do the market and you see that market value, like that's not the value of my house, right? Based on whatever the market value is. Because just I'll say for example, my property I just bought, it was appraised at 318. When I got my tax bill, it said my market value was 345. And I was like, no, it's not. And so the appeal process is very simple. And you can call the tax assessor and say, well, what's your appeal process? So once you get that bill, you see the whatever they assess it, you can challenge that.
Okay. I think mine is still lower than what it actually can be sold for, so I might just leave
Okay, I was gonna
it.
say don't
Yeah,
don't
like,
stir the pot.
I don't want to
Don't
mess
stir the
myself
pot.
up.
Yeah, but that is
But
that is
I'll look
another
at it.
option. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
another option. You can always shop around for insurance. I don't know how
Yeah.
your insurance was allocated. A lot of times with insurance, when you buy a house, they give you an insurance company and you just go with it. You can
No,
always,
it's really, really bad in Florida right now. There's so many insurance companies that will not cover
oh, the
homes,
flood,
not
floods.
even the floods, but after a certain year. So I think a lot of companies denied me because my house is an 88 or 86. And they're like,
Mm.
no, it's too old. We can't cover that.
What? 80 is
Like,
old? That's crazy. That's not old.
and a lot of companies like Geico, all the major companies are no longer signing on new policies. So we have like three companies we can work with. So I got really lucky with Allstate, to be honest, because there was another company that wanted to charge me maybe triple than what I was going to pay with Allstate. It's really
Wow.
bad here. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So those are just a few things I was thinking of that you could possibly
Yeah.
do to get that down. But at this point, it's just kind of like, okay, if it just making sure that you're financially in a place so if it does go up,
Yeah.
it's not going to take you outside of,
So right now,
you being able to afford it. And right now you're good. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You're good. Yes. And you were going to say the other, is that the second question? That's the
Yeah, that was it for now. Yeah.
cool.
I'm pretty sure as I finish the book, I'll have more questions.
Yes, for sure. Feel free to text me or wait till next call. I want to go ahead and schedule our next call, but give you an opportunity to at least track for 2 weeks to kind of
Okay.
see where you are. And then we'll get on the call, talk about that, how you feel about that, and then do the
Okay.
debt elimination plan. Yeah. And so I was thinking the week
Okay.
of the 18th. I will be out of town. I'll be leaving for California the 21st through the 25th. So I do have the 18th,
Okay.
19th, and well, let's see. So I have no more like the night. Wait, who's this? You don't know who this is? So it looks like I have the 20th. How are you looking on the 20th?
The 20th should be fine before 3 p.m. So anything between 10 and 3, I'm free.
Okay, you want to do 11 o'clock like we normally do?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great, great. I'll send you the appointment link. And again, if you have any questions in between then, just let me know. And definitely, like I said, send me your weekly updates and
Mhm.
tracking how you're doing and how you're feeling on and we can do that because the first is August. So the 8th and the 15th.
Okay. Eight.
Awesome.
And do you want me to email it or just send you a snapshot text?
Yeah, you can send a text or email, whatever one you feel more comfortable with, but either one will work, I'm sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. Thank
See you
you.
later.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.